Hello everyone. Today I would like to discuss how I code a simple to-do list using Java. So first of all, I would like to thank TechnoHack EduTech for providing me this internship where I can complete this kind of tasks. So let's just start with my code, and first I will run it and I will demonstrate the output to you first, and then I will explain the code. So let it taking some time. So as you can see, there was a message showing that welcome to list made by Soutik, and then we have to do some specific tasks, just like enter 1 to insert, enter 2 to show to-do list, enter 3 to remove completed tasks, and enter 4 to exit. Let's just check, are there any tasks there in my list? So for that I will just hit 2. So it is showing that you don't have any tasks pending. So okay, fine, let's just enter a task. For that I will enter 1, and the index of the task, let's suppose 1, and my task will be code in Java. So as you can see, the message is showing task successfully inserted. So then I will again hit 2 to show whether it is successfully inserted or not. I will just print the database. It is showing yes, the task 1 code in Java. So let's just enter another task. For that I will again enter 1. For this case, index will be 2, and then my task will be code in Python. Okay, so task successfully inserted, and again I will check. So here you can see task 1 code in Java, task 2 code in Python. So let's suppose I have completed my task 2. So what will I do now? So I will remove my code in Python tasks from my to-do list. So for that I have to hit 3 and then enter. So after 3 I have to mention which number of tasks I have completed. So I have completed number 2 tasks. So I will hit 2, then enter. So task successfully removed. Let's just check task is removed or not. For that I will hit 2, and as you can see the task is removed. So only task 1 is there. So again I will remove the task 1 as well. So I will hit 3 and then the index of the task 1, which is 1. So task successfully removed. Then I will print the database again. Yeah, you can see that you don't have any tasks pending. So I am in the demonstration, I have inserted in the database, also removed in the database. Now if you want to quit, then you can just hit 4 and quit. But I want to demonstrate that after compiling again and again, the tasks you are added is still stored, because I am storing it in a database, in MySQL database. To demonstrate this, I will first again enter a task code in C. So as you can see, the task is inserted. So here is the task code in C. So I'm just making an exit from that program and again recompiling it. Okay, so the program is recompiled. So I'm just giving 2 to show the database, and it is showing the task 1 code in C. So as you can see, my program can run after even it is exited. So because I used MySQL's database to store all of my tasks. So now I would like to discuss about my code, how I implemented this in Java. So this is my code. So at the very beginning I have imported two libraries, that is java.sql.star and java.util.scanner for the scanning purposes. So after that I made a class, public class named ToDo List. So this is my to-do list class, and inside that class I have initialized 3 instance variables which are by default, which are static. Why it is static? Because I can access it without creating object of to-do list class. So that's why I keep it as static. So what are those variables? Which is URL, username and password. Later I will discuss where I will use it. After that I have some methods just like delete, insert list, show list. I will discuss it later. Let me first discuss the main method. So public void main string args, this is the basic syntax of main method. Then it throw exception because I have implemented some JDBC class.forName methods. So inside main method, first I am printing welcome to ToDo List made by Soutik. Then scanner class object sc created. So there are basic implementation of how the enter one, insert ToDo List, enter two is showing to user. So if the user enters 1, the system will print that index and your tags. So I have to mention my index and the tags. So I will taking the index as integer, and I am taking the string as a I am taking the tags as a string. Then I'm calling the insert list function, insert list method, and inside that method I am passing two arguments, which is one integer and a string. Let me demonstrate the insert list method. So here it is my insert list method. So first of all, that is class.forName. Class.forName is a method that returns the instance of any specific class. So I need to return the instance of this specific class. So for that I use the class.forName. Then connection is an interface, and device manager.get connection. Get connection is a method of device manager class which attempts to establish a connection to database by using given database URL, username and password. So where the URL, username and password which I already provided in the instance variable section of my class. So then I have the prepared statement which is used to execute parameterized query. So inside that prepared statement I am implementing insert into values. Here you can see, here is the syntax for inserting values as a query. Okay, so I cannot just write insert into values n comma s. I have to write in a that specific way so that the compiler will identify it as a variables, and it have to store inside the database. So I have to mention this in this format only. So after that I will just check the if my query is executed or not. For that reason I have to just call a method that execute update. This method will return the how many rows is affected by this query. So if the rows affected by this is greater than 0, that means the task successfully inserted. If not, then fail to insert, and I'm just closing the connection to the database. So then our next case is case 2, which is show list. So here is my function about show list. So here I'm declaring a query as a string. The query is select star from ToDo. This query is used to display all the entries in a table. So again I'm class.forName making the instance of a class, this specific class. Then again I'm making the connection as connection con driver manager.get connection, and that part is same. And now it is a statement st equal to con.create statement, which is used to generate the statement for executing the query, and result set object is used to execute the result of the query. So in that arrays, by that arrays I can access the result provided by the query. So while then I'm just giving while arrays.next and system out arrays.getIn. GetIn is a method to get the integer part of the our query result, and getString is the string part of the query result. So inside that I am mentioning the column name, which is number, and tasks. These two columns which is implemented in my MySQL database. and I'm just setting the flag 1 because if it is not executed or rs.not is there, so then it will print you don't have any tasks pending. I'm just closing the statement and closing the connection here. So let me demonstrate my third case, which is delete. For that I am taking an index and I'm passing the index as an integer inside the delete method. So this is my delete method. So it is also a static and it also throws an exception because of class.forName throws exception like class not found exception initializer error, just like that. So these two lines are I have already discussed. Let me demonstrate the prepare statement. It is used to same execute the parameterized query, and connections class interface object is used to execute this parameterized query, and I am here declaring a query like delete from ToDo where no equal to d. No, it is the number, it is signifying the number column in my original database. So then again I am just putting this statement that int I equal to p dot execute update. It will update me about how many rows is affected by this query. So if it is greater than 0, then task successfully removed, else it is failed, and again I am closing the connection. So by this I am implementing the delete method. So that is how I am doing. So that's how I am implemented my to-do list. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.